Welcome to Amy Learns to Cook. I'm Eric, and on today's show, we're going to kick off the holiday season. And the first up is Thanksgiving. So that means this goose is going to get cooked, right? So we've done turkeys multiple ways. We've done them in the fryer, and we've done them out on the Weber. Today, we're going to try something a little different. We're going to do a spatchcock turkey, which means you're going to butterfly it so it cooks a little evenly. But more than that, we're removing the backbone and we're going to lay it out flat on the grill so it really cooks even. So the turkey won't be nice and round like it normally is, it's flat. And that does all kinds of great things. So why don't you join us as I cook a spatchcock turkey. So one of the problems with cooking a turkey is the breasts are way up here high where they get plenty of heat, and of course the legs are down low, sometimes tucked together, and usually in a pan it kind of protects the legs a little bit. So you basically run the risk of drawing this guy out before these guys get cooked, and then you gotta start thinking of game plans like, do I foil it? What do I do to protect this up here? So one of the ideas with doing the spatchcock is by removing the backbone of the turkey, or if you're cooking a chicken, same thing applies, you can then lay the whole carcass out flat. And then there's an additional bone in the middle here that we can play with, and then you can really get this thing flat. And that way, everything cooks at the same time and everything just turns out lovely. Plus, some people, they like to cook it at a higher temperature, up to 450 degrees. I'm not gonna do that. But you then can get a really crispy skin. So the first thing we're gonna do today, and this is a 13-pound turkey, and we did brine it. That's not necessary. Do whatever you want. You can take this straight out of a package, rinse it, bring it back here, pat it dry, and then immediately start carving. But we went ahead and we brined it. We have a video on that, and we'll put a link in the description if you want to see how we brine. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut this tail part, this Pope's nose, because we don't really need that, and it's kind of gross. So now he's gone. And now we're just going to go ahead and flip the bird over so we can get to the backbone a little easier. And this you can do a couple of ways. You can either use some poultry shears or kitchen shears and just cut up, or if you got a really sharp knife, in my case I do, we can just cut this thing. If you have a meat cleaver, you can just hack it. And I even saw one guy use an electrical tool, which Amy won't let me use, or better yet, I could use it, but she just won't eat it. So along the backbone, I'm going to take my finger here and kind of go up there. I'm going to basically cut to the side. So we're going to cut along there and along here, and we're just going to cut all the way down. And then we'll just take this whole section and rip it out. And then that way the backbone will be gone and it'll lay flatter. It won't be totally flat, but that part will be close. We'll then play with the front. So here we go. Just cutting through some of these. Make sure my fingers are out of the way, right? Oh. Let's go ahead and get the other side going here. So he's already partially cut here. Okay, so we got that done. Let's go ahead and cut this last little bit right there. Backbone. So as you see, the bird lays flatter now, right? Flip all this upside down. So now the fun part, we're going to go ahead and you can kind of see how it's moderately flat, but not reasonably, right? The legs are still lower than what the breasts are. So we need to break that bone. So just go ahead and put some weight on there. Here, crack. So what I want to do here is take a little bit of olive oil. You can take butter if you want. It doesn't really matter. And we're just going to go ahead and do a quick coat on here. And then salt and pepper works great. In this case, we got some barbecue rub that's got all kind of different seasonings. So we're just going to go ahead and generously put this on here. That should help generate a lot of flavor here. And then now that we got the bird flipped over, we're just going to go ahead and hit them with a little olive oil here. Because you don't want to damage the skin, even if you're like us, where we don't really want to eat the skin, you still want the skin to help protect the meat from drying out and stuff. So what we did was we did an old trick here where you take toothpicks and you can stretch the skin and then you poke it through and then it holds it into the meat. So if you ever rip the skin, that's kind of a good little band-aid to do. And for this, I'm just going to put a little salt and pepper on the skin itself for seasoning. And then we'll hit with a little bit of pepper here. And then you just go ahead and you can tuck the wings in and kind of hold them in place there. This guy, the tip broke off at some point, so he's just going to be there by himself. Okay, and now it's time to put it on the grill. We're going to cook indirectly. So we have 2 banks of charcoal, and then the bird will be in the middle. So that way we don't burn the bird up. If you do it directly and you have flare-ups, it can get ugly and it'll be over. So as you can see, we've laid the turkey down. Okay, we just did a quick measure with the instant read thermometer. My remote sensor said it was about 165 degrees, which is good, and we confirmed it with an instant read. So we're going to go ahead and take it off. So we've pulled off the turkey off the grill, and we're now letting it rest. So we've tended it. The temperature is going to come up, a few more degrees. We're going to go ahead and just let it rest for 10-15 minutes till obviously all the commingling in there is happy, because after all, when you start ripping this apart or slicing, you want the juices to remain in the bird, not everywhere else, right? And that's what would happen right now if we just started slicing or yanking apart. What juices are coming out of this right now are being collected, and we'll use that as part of our gravy, right, Boo? Yeah. So we'll have this ready in just a moment. All right. So we let the turkey rest and everything, and I'm not the best at carving, okay? But this leg just pretty much, see that? I didn't cut it. I just cut the skin. So it's done. This guy here, like that, it's done. So this particular method, I don't know, fall off the bone tender. It's kind of like that. Usually I've got to do a lot of hacking. Between the, I don't know, there's usually like a joint somewhere. Joint right there, so let's cut it through there. And we can go ahead, put them on our plate. This is only a 12-inch knife. I showed restraint. I could have used a 14. Does that look pretty? We brined and we cooked it at a reasonable level, right? So it cooked fairly even. So I definitely give it a thumbs up. If you don't brine, if you just salt, because some people prefer to salt instead of brine, or even if you just get whatever turkey that makes you happy, whether it's a free range, organic, whatever, and it's just happily juicy as it is, or a lot of these butter balls, you know, they come pre-injected with a bunch of fluids and you're not supposed to brine them. It doesn't matter. You just don't want to overcook the thing. That's one of the biggest things. Don't cook it to 180, don't cook it to 200, okay? Cook it to a lower number, tint it, and then let it rest and come up on its own, and you'd be good. We pulled ours in a ballpark of like 165, 167, somewhere in there, and we let it rest for about 20 minutes, and juices are everywhere, so we're very happy. So we hope you like this video, and as always, we hope you subscribe to us, give us a like, and we hope you hit our website at amylearnstocook.com, and we're also on Pinterest and Twitter at Amy Learns to Cook. Sorry, boo-boo. You see this piece of breast?
Pigeon?
Ah! You ain't getting it. Today's Feed the Pigeon Day, and I'm the head pigeon. Ah!